3 of zombies, but to stay up to date, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So over the last few days, Stalkers released several new images of DLC 3.
You have a small penis, and you fuck your mother with it, and her tight little butthole.
The recent BO6 zombies maps. But over the last few months, hellhounds have been rumored to be returning, whereas a new enemy type called Mecha Klaus was also leaked. I mean, it's also possible that that could be a friendly, as we saw in Mauder Toten, but in some Instagram replies, Treyarch did confirm that neither the amalgams nor the abominations are going to be coming back in the next round-based map. This is great news.
Your mother sucks cock. See, the pig's like, well, just hang up. How many times? And how many times do I have to fucking keep hanging up? Who knows? Like, it could be 10 or it could be... Let's see how many it is today, this one session. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the last 5 minutes. There's some scam likely, and a number down here is the one that sent the kill pictures. And then our operator was like, I don't want to hear that. Well, you know what? I don't want to receive that.
So, Black Ops 6 just dropped the gameplay trailer for the brand new Zombies map, Shattered Veil, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good, and this is easily the biggest update we've gotten for Black Ops 6 Zombies. I know I said that about Citadel and with the DLC 1 update, but this is actually a bit bigger because of a couple of things. Number one, this new map, this Shattered Veil, is reportedly much bigger than both the Tomb and also Liberty Falls. It seems to be more on the scale of something like Citadel, and the premise of this map is we are going to be trying to rescue Agent Maxis from the Dark Ether, and we've kind of already seen a little bit of this map in the Liberty Falls intro. This is actually the very same mansion that we see Edward Richtofen in, and we see at the end of the gameplay
This way to change it from swipe to press.
directly talking with our crew, and we're also negotiating with the Sam AI. So it's a very interesting premise, and we're also getting a whole bunch of brand new perks, Gobblegum, and even Wonder Weapons. As we can see in the trailer, there are two big ones right away. First of all, we have the Wonderwaffe DG2. The last time we saw this was actually
your
Modern
mother.
Warfare 3 Zombies, weirdly enough, so it's glad to see a return in a round-based experience here, so I'm very happy about that. And not to mention, we are getting the Ray Gun Mark II back after so long, but even more interestingly, we're getting it with variants, and they even talk about the variants here. Now, it does say that the base variant can also be used as a melee weapon, so I'm going to assume these spikes on the end, you can actually, like, melee zombies with that as well, and perhaps it'll work well with melee macchiato. But for the variants, we have the Mark II-W, which says offering similar bullet patterns to a submachine gun, and this also has a random chance to ignite enemies. We also have the Mark II-P, which says shooting ammunition like a shotgun with a chance to spawn a sigil with the ability to grant invulnerability to the player who's standing in it for a limited time. And then finally, we have the Mark II-R, which fires a marksman rifle-like discharge and expect a chance to spread plague infection that can inflict an area of effect damage. These are very interesting because this is something similar to what we saw in Alpha Omega with different ray gun variants. Like, Alpha Omega actually had this exact kind of thing going on. So I imagine these will be, you know, inspired but slightly different to how they were done in that map. However, this is a fairly interesting thing, and I doubt any of these are required for the main Easter egg, but it's nice to have a couple of brand new Wonder Weapons to be able to play with in this map. Obviously, they are returning, but the variants do seem to be new, but the Wonderwaffe and Mark II coming back is pretty exciting nonetheless. We're also getting a new enemy type, kind of. We're getting Disciples back, if you're familiar with these in both Cold War and Modern Warfare zombies, but they seem a little bit different here. In fact, they're giving off more of these like chaos story vibes. Like you can see the runes around them and stuff. They have a very different design, and they do the same thing where they empower the zombies around them, and they potentially even spawn brand new ones in, or change regular zombies into something like a doppelgast. It can definitely do that, but these look to be the dangerous, big mini boss enemy of this map. However, they're also replacing dog rounds, or more specifically the vermin or parasite rounds. We now have toxic zombies for bonus rounds. Now I'll read exactly what they say in regards to this new enemy type. They say, easily identifiable due to their greenish hue and more skeletal exterior, toxic zombies appear to have lost all but their preambulatory functions and seem intent on sprinting towards their prey before exploding, leaving a damaging pool of acid in their wake. Listen for their shriek and get a jump on them before they can close the distance. These sound like extremely fast zombies that will, kind of try to run you down. And this is also similar in a way to Alpha Omega, where that had Nova Crawlers that would kind of leave behind toxic gas as well. So perhaps they're playing with that idea a little bit here, but they seem to be in the form of regular zombies this time instead of crawlers. Okay, but I know what you guys want me to talk about, so let's get to it. You may have heard the news that Double Tap is indeed returning to Black Ops 6. This is true. It will be added in the Shattered Veil, and it's also going to be retroactively added to all prior maps in Black Ops 6. So we can see the machine for it here. It has an absolutely crazy design, but what I really want to talk about is exactly how this is going to work, because I truly think this perk is going to upend the entire meta of the game as we know it, and we're going to have to rediscover a new set of weapons and a new meta to really approach the game. And I'll explain why I think that is. Now, obviously, the regular double tap perk is going to increase your fire rate. Obviously, that's what it did in the older games, and with its augments, this is where things get really interesting. The first major augment we have for double tap is called Double Jeopardy, and this says normal zombies at low health have a chance to die immediately when shot. Now, upon first glance, this looks pretty good, but I do think at the same time this is going to be not as useful as some of the other augments, because zombies that are low health